For a young couple, a move to a new apartment holds the promise of a bright future.
They were just happy.
What do you want me to do?
But in a matter of months, hope will give way to despair.
She trusted a lot of people, and that was a lot of the reasons that she was taken advantage of.
And a desperate search will lead to unspeakable horror.
We called all the hospitals. We called all the homeless shelters, halfway houses.
There's a shocking and brutal price to be paid when strangers come calling.
The deceased may have known their attacker.
January 2009. It's a new year in Worcester, Massachusetts, just 45 miles outside of Boston.
It is the second biggest city in New England, and it's vibrant. It's a hustle-bustle kind of city. There's a lot of blue-collar people here, and a lot of people from different races and creeds.
The new year ushers in a new chapter for 23-year-old Darlene Haynes. She's moving into a second-floor apartment on Southgate Street.
It's in the poorer section of town. It's called Main South, and the income isn't high. They're just hardworking people trying to get by.
It's a little rougher than what you see in some of the other neighborhoods in Worcester.
What do you think?
It's nice.
Yeah?
Darlene, her boyfriend Roberto Rodriguez, and their 18-month-old daughter Christine are excited to be in a new home.
Mm-hmm.
The couple is especially looking forward to their latest addition. Darlene's pregnant, due mid-August.
Darlene and I were dating for about 4 to 5 years. The first second I laid eyes on her, it was beautiful.
Come on, baby. Take a bite from mommy, okay?
Darlene stays at home with Christine, while Roberto is a personal care worker.
You like it?
Money's tight, but they're hopeful for the future. Darlene already has 2 children from previous relationships, 5-year-old Jasmine and 3-year-old Lillian. She's the first to admit she started too young.
Jasmine and Lily have been in the care of her grandmother for probably the better part of their lives. Darlene worked very hard at trying to be a mother for her children.
You're so good, sweetie.
Hey, let me do that.
Okay.
Give me a break.
Okay, I'll unpack some boxes.
Nothing has ever been easy for Darlene.
Darlene was usually bullied throughout her childhood. So when she met somebody, she would absolutely just about do anything to gain that person's trust and respect.
I love you, baby. I really do.
I love you too. Things are gonna work out this time.
Darlene had a trusting nature in life. She trusted a lot of people, and unfortunately, that was a lot of the reasons that she was taken advantage of.
Move back! What were you looking for?
I just wanted to get the photo in your wallet.
Don't lie to me! What were you looking for in my wallet?
Life with Roberto hasn't always been smooth sailing either.
I'm sorry.
I don't care if you're sorry. Doesn't matter. Just don't do it.
I'm sorry, baby. It won't happen again.
It was a difficult relationship.
She was always trying to get her bootstraps up. She was the type of gal that was always struggling in life, but always trying to forge forward.
But now on Southgate Street, things are looking up.
Darlene was working towards a better future, and at this point, she was doing an excellent job with her daughter, Christine.
Oh, hey. You're Julie and Alex.
She was a very caring, devoted mother.
I'm Darlene, and this is Roberto.
Hey, how you doing?
Shortly after moving in, the couple bumps into Alex Dion and his 34-year-old girlfriend, Julie Corey.
My daughter, Christine. Hi.
Roberto and Darlene have met them before through a client of Roberto's and a regular poker game in the building.
My client would go upstairs frequently to play poker. Julie and Alex were living in an apartment as well at the time, so I would go upstairs with my client, and that's how I met Julie and Alex.
The poker games were definitely a kind of meeting place for everyone who lived in that apartment.
I would speak to Alex sometimes upstairs and sometimes in the streets.
Oh, hey.
Even though Julie and Alex no longer live in the apartment, the poker game continues. Alex still comes by to play. Julie tags along to be with him and visit friends in the building.
Hey, there's a poker game next week.
Yeah, I'll tell my client.
All right.
There was definitely a lot of, mixing and mingling.
Good. Yeah, where's your daughter? Oh, she's with Roberto's mom. Oh, okay. All right, well, have a good day. Have a good day.
If they saw him on the street, they were friendly and they'd talk for a minute like most people do, and then that was it.
While they might not have been best friends, they definitely, would have seen each other and talked a bunch of times.
Hey, little chickling, how's it going?
6 weeks after their move, Darlene and Roberto again encounter Julie. Only this time, something's different.
End of June.
For Darlene, Julie's pregnancy makes her a kindred spirit.
Darlene, she was very excited. She was really looking forward to being a mom again, and that's something that she wanted to talk a lot about. And Julie being pregnant at the time, she would have been very psyched.
So, your second child, huh? I actually have 2 more. No kidding. They live with my grandmother. I've had some issues. That's nothing. You want to talk about issues?
Julie had 5 children. I don't believe any were actually in her custody. They were all kind of scattered about throughout the country, either with their fathers or with other relatives. Alex and Julie had a troubled relationship.
You need to do something about these bills.
They fought almost constantly.
What about you? You're just lying there. You gotta do something.
I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Julie was getting benefits that the state gives to pregnant women and to the mothers of newborns.
You're eating this crap, you're watching this garbage. I mean, come on, like.
Julie didn't have a job, she didn't work.
Well, I don't feel well.
As long as she was pregnant, the public assistance was coming in at $423 a month.
Alex and Julie's relationship was kind of on the outs. There was a lot of discussion of whether or not this baby was the linchpin holding their relationship together.
You just killed me.
Where were you?
What?
What's her name?
Oh, no, not again.
I know you're cheating on me.
I'm sorry, Julie, but I really don't need this tonight.
Alex, don't walk away from me. I know you're lying.
Shut up!
She was always accusing him of sleeping with other people, saying that he was cheating on her. And it just seemed to get worse and worse. Julie was getting more and more jealous, and her accusations were more and more kind of outlandish.
So cool.
Both women are struggling, but they share the same goal, to get things right this time.
Julie and Darlene would have had a lot to say to each other about their circumstances. They definitely were in similar situations, for sure.
I actually have 2 more.
It seems they're destined to be friends.
Darlene wanted to be happy. She wanted to be accepted.
Darlene Haynes, to me, appeared to be someone who wouldn't say no to having a friend. She did have a tough go with things, and I think she liked to be needed and to be wanted, and just to have a good friend that might take care of her. Unfortunately, I think that made her a little bit gullible as well.
Oh, okay. Bye, guys.
Serendipity has brought these 2 women together, but a darker force will soon tear them apart.
I can still remember the utter shock on the police officer's face.
Your soul is forever shaken a little bit from covering something like this.
Expectant mother Darlene Haynes has made a new friend, another pregnant woman, Julie Corey. With Darlene in her 20th week of pregnancy and Julie around her 28th, they bond over shared hopes and struggles.
Okay. Thanks. Look at you. Yeah, coming along.
Darlene really, at that time, really just wanted to be able to talk with somebody, be friends with somebody, just have somebody around.
Hi. Have a good day. Thanks. Good to see you.
The mother-to-be could use some support right now. Her relationship with Roberto is faltering. Their fresh start is falling apart before her eyes.
Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why don't you go?
We started having problems.
I'm just saying that you are the one that wants to go.
So now it's my fault.
That was the beginning of the end for her and Roberto.
Darlene begins to fear for the safety of her toddler Christine and her unborn child.
There's a lot of fear, confusion. There was a lot of apprehensions, concerns.
So excited.
At least Darlene's pregnancy is moving along nicely. She makes going in for checkups a priority.
She was a very concerned and very caring individual in regards to the baby she was carrying. She made it to all the appointments. One day, Darlene, because she had to walk, didn't have transportation, she strapped a car seat to a skateboard, and she pulled the skateboard all the way to the clinic with her daughter Christine in the car seat so that she could make her appointment, and that kind of really summed up who Darlene was.
Nearby, at the University of Massachusetts Memorial Medical Center, Julie also gets good news.
Is that the heartbeat? Oh my God.
She went in and she saw the doctor, and the doctor heard the baby's heartbeat.
Julie Corey's due date was in approximately mid-June, so she was, by doing the math, about 32 weeks pregnant in early April.
Darlene?
Roberto, go away!
Darlene!
You alone, Roberto!
Open the door!
Despite her efforts to stay happy and healthy, Roberta's outbursts make Darlene's days extremely difficult.
I heard things about Roberto that weren't, at all flattering.
You know, I'm mostly alone with Christine all day, and I'm really lonely.
Money is tight, and because of her past reliance on welfare, Darlene has been assigned a social worker.
Darlene, did have a difficult life, so unfortunately, the state had to step in from time to time and keep an eye on her.
And then when Roberto comes home, he's always on me about something or other. I love him. I want this to work. He's a good man on the inside.
Then, as May brings Darlene's pregnancy into its 6th month, a potential solution to the tension arrives in the form of a new roommate,
Hey.
William Davio.
Davio seemed to be Roberto's acquaintance. He was kind of subletting the apartment.
Hi, I was making some lemonade. Do you want some?
In truth, Roberto barely knows Davio, and he isn't exactly an upstanding citizen. Not by a long shot.
He was a heroin user, he was an addict, he was in and out of programs.
Darlene isn't thrilled to have such a troubled man in their home, but they need his contribution to the rent.
Why are you being so mean to me? Why are you talking to me like this?
For Davio, Roberto and Darlene's fights are his cue to head out for the night. He doesn't want any part of their problems. But this deeply troubled man has the potential to cause problems of his own.
Julie! Oh, hey.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, I was just visiting a friend.
Oh, how's the baby?
Well, knock on wood, it's doing good. And you?
Oh, I'm telling you, nothing's gonna stop this baby from being healthy and happy.
Meanwhile, Darlene and Julie find continued joy in discussing the progress of their pregnancies.
A beautiful, healthy baby.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I gotta go.
Okay.
But yeah.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Have a good day.
You too.
But when Darlene sees Julie again in late May,
Julie!
her 8-month pregnant friend is not her usual cheerful self.
What's wrong?
Alex is a jerk.
What happened?
He bought a heart monitor, but he couldn't hear the baby.
So I told him the monitor must be broken. So what? Something's wrong with me? Something's wrong with the baby?
Well, at least he isn't violent with you.
What are you saying? Is Roberto?
Yeah. We've been fighting a lot lately, and
When Julie talked to Darlene on that afternoon, she had a lot of pressure at that point in time.
It's terrible. You're pregnant.
I know. I don't know what to do.
Well, girl, I think you need to make some tough decisions. Like, right now.
The minute Julie showed Darlene that she was coming around and accepting her, Darlene would have said, okay, you now have my full attention, you know, like I will do anything for you.
He's a bad match for you. And he's a threat to your baby. You need to get him out of your life before it gets worse, and believe me, they will get worse.
Julie got to her head. Julie has something to do with this.
Okay.
With Julie's encouragement, Darlene is ready to make some changes. But she can't imagine just how much things will change for the worse.
He had a history of violence.
This case was amongst the most gruesome cases I've ever seen.
Look at me.
Mother-to-be Darlene Haynes' relationship is deteriorating. She is constantly fighting with her boyfriend, Roberto.
Look at me. Look me in the eyes.
She shared her troubles with pregnant friend Julie Corey, who's advised her to end the relationship.
And you take my kid away from me?
Darlene just, I think in her own way, just open to everything that Julie was offering at that point in time.
Why are you talking to me like this?
As Darlene enters her 7th month, things get worse, and Julie's advice looks better all the time. The constant fighting proves too much for William Davio. At least that's what he tells Roberto and Darlene when he moves out. Now no one's left to bear witness to where Roberto's fury may lead.
I'm not a sucker!
And no one is around to stop it. Things between Darlene and Roberto finally reach a breaking point.
In June of 2009, there was an incident with Roberto Rodriguez and Darlene Haynes.
Come in. Thank God you're here. I don't know what to do. Look, he hurt me. He cut me.
Are you hurt anywhere else?
No.
How did this happen?
After she confides in her social worker, Roberto is hauled in for questioning.
She's making this up. I didn't do anything.
Darlene has said that I had threw her or pushed her through a glass table and ripped a phone off the jack.
Roberto Rodriguez claimed that there was no domestic violence that took place, that in fact Darlene Haynes had fallen on the table herself, and as a result of that, had fabricated the complaint against him.
Roberto was served with a restraining order.
Roberto said that there was this social worker from the Department of Children and Families who had sort of forced her into it, who had threatened to take her kid away if she hadn't put the restraining order on Roberto.
Darlene said that the social worker wanted me out of the house, and if I didn't leave, then they were gonna take Christine away.
With a previous assault charge on his record, Roberto's side of the story falls on deaf ears. The restraining order sticks.
Roberto left the apartment as soon as the restraining order was in place, and he never came back.
Now Darlene is truly on her own. July comes, bringing with it the 8th month of her pregnancy, and no end to her loneliness.
At that point in time, she had Christine by herself. She was being evicted out of the apartment. She had to be out at the end of July, beginning of August. for non-paying of rent, because without Roberto there, she didn't have means to pay the rent.
It's been almost 2 months since Darlene has had any contact with Julie Corey. Suddenly, out of nowhere on July 23rd, Julie shows up at her door.
Julie! Hi, what are you doing here?
Yeah, well, I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by. Can I come in?
Darlene was probably excited that Julie was taking an interest in her.
Would you like some coffee?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Hold on a second. Weren't you due last month?
Oh, God. Well, you wouldn't believe it. First, the doctors told me that my due date was June 23rd, but they got it wrong by a month. I mean, can you believe it?
That's crazy.
I know.
When her initial due date came on, she told everybody that it was going to be pushed ahead.
I got an idea. Why don't we hang out tonight? Just you and me.
Really? You and me?
Yeah. I mean, we could take Christine, drop her off somewhere, and, you know, have a girls' night. Come on, hey, I have Alex's car.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It would be nice? Come on, I need something more than that. Fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Julie drove Darlene and her child to Roberto's house around 4 o'clock or so.
But Julie still has some things to do before their night can get underway.
Hey, you know what? I just remembered I have some errands to run, so I'll be back in like 2 hours. Okay, that's cool. I'll wait. Okay. I'll see you soon. Yeah.
While waiting for Julie, Darlene texts an old friend.
She said she was real excited that she had had a friend coming over. There was question as to who that friend might be, but it was clear that she was very excited to have a friend.
Thanks for the keys of your car. See you tomorrow, babe.
Julie returns to Darlene's around 8 p.m. Now with the evening all to themselves, it's time to stock up on junk food and treats.
They never really struck up a tight friendship, and then all of a sudden, Julie's offering to drive Darlene to the store, to, you know, to hang out with her, come over that night.
They had gone to a local store in the vehicle. Video from the store shows Julie Corey driving the vehicle, and Darlene Haynes was the passenger.
That's ridiculous. How can he still be alive? He just fell off a building, and now he's running. Are you getting tired?
Yeah.
All right, well.
I think we need our rest. Goodness knows when it's gonna be coming.
Okay.
Okay. I can do this.
Yeah, you can get up. Are you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
How about I come help you?
Okay. Thanks for the nice evening. Fun. Oh, fun. Fun, I mean fun evening. I'm really glad we got to connect for real.
Yeah, me too. I really like you, you know?
But there won't be sleep for anyone this evening.
Yeah. Julie? What?
At 2 a.m. on July 24th, Alex Dion gets a life-changing call.
Hello?
Julie told Alex, look, I've had the child.
Alex is thrilled, but a second call from her confuses him.
And then the phone calls turn into, well, I don't like the way that the nurses are treating me. I don't like the way the nurses are treating the baby. I'm getting out of here. I'm not staying at this hospital. Don't bother coming. I'm coming home.
As the sun's coming up, Julie introduces Alex to their brand new daughter.
Little baby Alita.
For Julie and Alex, it's a joyous day.
She's beautiful, isn't she?
But soon, a horrific discovery will forever tarnish the blessed event.
The odor in the air was very apparent.
The police indicated at the scene that it had been a very violent crime.
After a girls' night in with Darlene Haynes, Julie Corey goes into labor and gives birth to her baby Alita. Now it's time to celebrate.
Everybody come and meet our precious little baby Alita.
Calls go out to family and friends, and by the afternoon, a crowd has arrived to greet their bundle of joy.
Julie didn't waste any time showing off the baby. She showed it around to all of Alex's family and friends at a cookout. I think that family members were surprised she was out of the hospital so quickly. It was unusual, for sure.
It's a joyous occasion, but conspicuous by her absence is Darlene. Not that anyone here has ever met her. Still, Julie had gone into labor at her place. And some at the party find the baby's appearance a little unsettling.
The baby had an umbilical cord was still attached, and there was a ribbon tied around the end. Other people talked about seeing dried blood, still in the baby's ear or still in, other parts of the baby.
Other things seem off. Alex's brother notices the baby is wheezing, and to him, she's light as paper.
Julie told me that it's normal, I was worried too. I was freaking out a little bit.
There were some unusual things about it.
Alita's birth isn't the only news the new parents share with the gathered crowd. The couple announce that they're ready to restart their life somewhere else.
She said to Alex, let's go to New Hampshire. My father lives up there. He works for the state. He can get you a job. Julie definitely sold Alex on going to New Hampshire as, this was how we were going to turn our lives around. You'll get a new job. We'll live with my parents. Everything will be great.
Less than 48 hours after welcoming Alita into the world, the couple is on their way. The future may look bright in New Hampshire, but back in Worcester, the present takes an ugly turn.
There was a strong odor coming from Darlene Haynes' apartment. People noticed that odor, but Darlene Haynes had a number of animals, and the thought was that she hadn't taken her trash out or that she had allowed the feces from the animals to be inside.
So the landlord went in to investigate and just found an overwhelming smell. And initially he thought it was the trash, but he soon realized that the trash wasn't the problem.
The landlord enters the bedroom and discovers Darlene's bloody corpse.
Darlene had been dead already for a couple of days. She was wrapped in a comforter, which was soaked in blood.
We responded to the scene on the afternoon of July 27, 2009.
It's a down there.
As far as most murder scenes go, it was relatively clean. There was an enormous loss of blood, which was evident.
She had been strangled. She had been beaten about the head. There was blood on the mattress. And in fact, the mattress had been flipped over. It did not appear that there had been a struggle or anything like that.
What it told us was that the deceased may have known their attacker.
I just had a very hard time wrapping my head around how that could have happened.
Darlene's body is sent to the morgue as police process the crime scene, talk to witnesses, and start the hunt for suspects. They know exactly where to turn.
We wanted to speak with Roberto because he is the ex-boyfriend with a volatile past. He's the first one you're going to look at.
Let's try this again. You realize how serious this is, right? Given your past history, you know we're looking at you.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't know what to believe. I didn't know what to think.
The interview with Roberto revealed that he had not been around Southgate Street in a while. He was living with his mother. He also allowed us to interview him several times and offered up his DNA, his saliva, his buccal swabs, fingernails, his sneakers, and the jeans he was wearing.
Can you tell me about William?
What about him?
As police grill Roberto, another suspect surfaces. Former tenant and drug addict William Davio.
The police were interested in speaking with William Davio because he lived at that location. So it only made sense. We needed to find him and speak with him, which we did.
One of the neighbors said they saw him with Julie and with Darlene on the porch outside Darlene's apartment the day of the murder.
He had been seen around that night. Some people report they'd seen him lurking around a window.
We have someone that says they saw someone that looks like you the night of the murder.
I never went back to the apartment.
Davio had an alibi. I don't think police really thought it was really solid.
Authorities are confident one of these two men is their killer. The question is, which one?
What they did was they went out and tried to interview everybody who had any connection whatsoever with Darlene Haynes.
As alibis are evaluated, Darlene's body is examined.
I became involved in the investigation of Darlene Haynes on July 28, 2009. The body was in a state of rather advanced decomposition. The injuries that I see on Darlene's body at autopsy are blunt force injuries of the head, the sorts of marks that the end of a claw hammer would make, evidence of ligature strangulation around the neck, as well as an incision of the abdomen.
Just 20 hours into the investigation, the case takes a shocking turn.
I learned that Darlene was pregnant prior to starting the autopsy. With this in mind, we had taken x-rays of the body, and upon looking at the x-rays of the body, I could not identify any fetus. And it was at this point where I suspected that there was a baby possibly alive outside of the body. I can still remember the utter shock on the police officer's face.
My reaction was disbelief.
He's missing.
We couldn't believe that that was the case.
Could someone really have murdered Darlene Haynes and cut her baby from her womb? And if so, where is the baby?
This was amongst the most gruesome cases I've ever seen.
You're looking at someone who was murdered possibly by a friend, boyfriend, husband, and now you have two scenarios. One, they took the child and the child is still alive, or they murdered Darlene Haynes and murdered their child, but also took it with them.
Now police not only have to catch a killer, they may have to save a baby, and the clock is ticking. Mother-to-be Darlene Haynes has been found brutally murdered and her baby stolen from her womb. Police don't know if the child is dead or alive. As word of the crime spreads, Worcester is horrified. Roberto Rodriguez has not been cleared as a suspect. Neither has William Davio, but both are genuinely shocked to learn that Darlene's baby is missing.
They ripped the baby out of the stomach. Yeah, it's messed up, man. Yeah, it's very messed up.
We started the canvases, speaking to neighbors, friends, family, acquaintances. What was developing was the fact that Julie and Alex were the only ones we couldn't contact. I kept sending detectives to speak with the Dion family to find Julie and Alex.
Look, last time I saw her, she was on her way to New Hampshire.
They learned that Julie Corey had had a baby that weekend and had left for New Hampshire.
Once they learned that there was this woman who used to live in the apartment who suddenly had a baby and was leaving the state, all of their focus went to Julie.
Police contact local hospitals and discover there are no records of Julie Corey giving birth in the past week. And then they learn something else.
Somewhere between the beginning of May and her actual due date in June, she had a stillborn and lost the child.
Once we learned that Julie and Alex were in New Hampshire with an infant child, there was a new sense of urgency. So the next step was for our department to send people to New Hampshire, contact New Hampshire State Police and local police, and try to find Julie Corey and Alex Dion.
After issuing an APB in New England, investigators immediately reach out to Julie's father.
Alex thinks that they're gonna stay there. Julie's father says they never even asked to stay. Julie says, oh, well, they don't have any room for us. Let's get out of here.
We called all the hospitals, some of the homeless shelters, halfway houses.
Just 48 hours after the discovery of Darlene's body, police get a call from Penley Bridge House in Plymouth, New Hampshire.
There was a very astute employee there who took a look at the child and thought something looked a little off. The baby still had some blood on her, and the umbilical cord was tied with a ribbon, and it just didn't look right.
Julie Corey and Alex Dion are taken into custody by local authorities.
You're not taking my baby. You're not taking my baby! I'm not taking my baby.
Baby Alita is rushed to the hospital, where doctors are shocked to find her in good health.
I was in my mother's house, watching the news, of course, and a picture comes up on the screen of a baby, and then it read, baby rescued in New Hampshire, baby found alive in New Hampshire, Julie and Alex in custody. And that's when I found out the baby was okay.
Julie demands a lawyer and clams up.
Julie has never spoken with the police about what may have happened.
She was unclear about a lot of things.
But Alex Dion has plenty to say.
She would just tell me I went to the hospital, or I went there, I would ask her about ultrasounds and stuff, and she wouldn't really give me details. She would just say, yeah, I went, and everything's fine.
The police looked at Alex Dion as a potential suspect, and even after Julie Corey was arrested, they looked at other people, individuals that could have participated, that would have had a motive to assist Alex Dion or Julie Corey in getting a baby of her own.
He explained to us that Julie had told him she was pregnant. He had his doubts. She had gone to the hospital without him to have the child.
You didn't think it was odd that she left 2 hours after she gave birth?
Yeah. I don't know how this thing works. I don't have any kids. I thought, you have the kid, and if everything's fine, you can just go home.
Julie Corey had told Alex Dion that she was going to a friend of hers in Marlborough. Later on, she told Alex Dion that she was actually going to Framingham, another town in the area of Worcester, to have the baby.
She was very happy. She sounded, you're a father, I'm coming home. I didn't even have the chance to question anything.
Later on, you could establish that she hadn't gone to a friend's house in Marlborough, that she hadn't gone to a hospital, that she, in fact, hadn't had a baby.
Alex was portrayed as very gullible. Some of the things that Julie asked Alex to believe seemed pretty unbelievable.
But Julie's lies went far beyond words.
Julie still maintained that she was pregnant, and I believe that was easy enough for her to do because she continued to be a rather large woman, so that way there you could still believe that she was pregnant.
There were documents that showed that she was getting public assistance because she was pregnant, and that those benefits were ending because she no longer was going to be pregnant.
Police recovered the video from the convenience store that shows Julie and Darlene together the night of July 23rd. There's also evidence in Darlene's apartment.
Also where the deceased was found were 2 beverage bottles, which we recovered and swabbed and fingerprinted. The fingerprint of Julie Corey was found on one of those bottles.
Most of the evidence is circumstantial, but one thing is irrefutable.
It was determined that the child was Darlene's by a DNA test. 99.1%.
For authorities, there's no question. On the night of July 23, 2009, Julie Corey struck Darlene Haynes on the head with a heavy object, strangled her with an electrical cord, and cut her baby from her womb.
There was a group of girls who lived across the hallway who had all gone out that night for one of their birthdays. They came back 2 or 3 in the morning, said they heard banging coming from Darlene's apartment. And one of the girls later on heard the water running for a really long time. That was Julie cleaning up after the murder.
I was in shock. I was in a state of shock that, wow, you know, this person who I thought wasn't that type of person that'll be capable of taking a life. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe somebody was capable of doing something like this.
The crime rocks the town, the state, even the nation.
Julie maintained her innocence through the whole thing. She said she got the baby through lawful means, but wouldn't tell anybody who gave her the baby.
That was the thrust of the defense's argument, that it was in fact Roberto Rodriguez that had killed Darlene Haynes.
The jury renders its verdict on February 12, 2014.
Julie was found guilty of first-degree murder.
When the jury said that she was guilty, Julie screamed and broke down. It was just a piercing scream in the courtroom.
She is sentenced to life without parole.
Justice was served. You know, I mean, I was happy about it.
The motive for Julie to murder Darlene went right to the fact that she wanted the baby. She'd had 5 children of her own. All had been taken away from her, and that she wanted a child of her own. The second reason, she didn't want to lose Alex Dion. She knew the only reason he was staying was because he believed that she was carrying his baby. And the third was, she was living off the public assistance and benefits. Those benefits were going to end because she had not had a child, and the time of her pregnancy had gone long past.
I do believe that Julie was planning this for quite a bit of the time. I still try to make sense of it, and I just can't. I mean, if I could ask her, I would ask her why. What could have Darlene possibly done to deserve something like that? You know?
Unless Julie says something, I don't think anybody will ever really know. It was just a very hard tragedy for everybody. And it's going to be very difficult for the rest of our lives.
Darlene's baby lives with her sister and her father, Roberto Rodriguez, who's doing his best to right the wrongs of the past and raise his daughters to feel deeply loved and safe.
She was just a beautiful person, you know, and I believe that now her church is going to be carrying her legacy, you know what I mean? Like, her name still lives.